everything go okay with the...
Yeah, we just had to go over UL stuff.
Well, I figure with the government opening back up,
Yeah.
Everything's gonna spin back up.
Yeah, slowly but surely. But, yeah, just, and again, we only have like 4, well, no, technically 5 we have to do, but yeah, it's just always interesting to do.
Your first time as a chief, everything's gonna be a little bit different.
Well, yeah, especially because like I was front running everything, and they were just like, "All right, let's see what you got." Which I mean, I'm fine, I'm comfortable doing it, but
Right.
it's just one of those things where, like I said, it's just trying to get as much feedback as I can and just make adjustments. So.
Yeah, absolutely. But like you just said, you have a great core. It's what you've been doing, so
Right.
you have to try not to like overthink it or, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
put too much into it.
Oh, why is that all twisted? Hey, what's up? What's going on, Hilario? Got a whole bunch of cool stuff to go through. Sorry for the delay, but yeah, literally been working since I got out of work. Just give me like another minute or two and we'll get started. I don't want to put off too much time, or I don't want to, sorry, I'm scatterbrained. I don't want to take too much time, but I was able to pick up all my submissions today, so I have 3 in total. This is the Final Fantasy related one, so I wanted to do this today. And then the preview part of this stream is going through this box here and this one here to kind of prep for the next Final Fantasy submission. Because as I mentioned before, I'm kind of alternating between Final Fantasy / Kingdom Hearts and Pokemon submissions. So yeah, the next submission is going to be another Final Fantasy one. So but yeah, just give me a couple minutes. Hang tight, chat amongst yourselves. If anyone comes in chat, just let them know. But for right now, I'm just going to leave this here. I'll be right back. All right, what's going on, everybody? WakoBako here. Sorry for the delay. Ellery came home from work and had to do more work stuff, but it is what it is. It's a late stream. Wouldn't be surprised if there's only a handful of people here, but I do appreciate if you're coming through or if you're watching this stream after the fact. So the main reason why I wanted to do today's stream, unfortunately, the brand new set that came out today. What's going on, dude? The brand new Final Fantasy set that came out today, conveniently, this is the same launch day as the brand new Pokemon TCG set. Unfortunately, my order didn't get delivered in time, so I'll have it ready for next Friday. But conveniently enough, I was able to pick up this and my other 2 CGC submissions. As you can see, good old employee subs. So we're going to go through this, and then again, we're going to look through not only those the 2 boxes I just showed off, but I've got a bunch of like the pre-release kits and stuff that I've opened up next to me. That usually when I do the pre-release kits, I just put all the cards back in those boxes, but there's all kinds of hits and stuff in them. So depending on how long the stream lasts, I'm going to go through all that stuff as well. And then, like I said, I want to kind of prep the next CGC submission, especially because it's going to be Final Fantasy. And then Sunday, I'll probably prep another Pokemon submission. But keep in mind for Sunday's stream, which will be on time, I apologize. There's going to be 2 CGC submissions I'm going to open up. Potentially some mail if stuff comes in tomorrow, which we'll see how that goes. But if not, we'll at least have 2 CGC submissions to go through, right? We have the Big 50, which I'm super excited to see how that went. And then submission number 52, so I know it's kind of out of order. It is what it is. Again, the handful of you that are watching this, I'm pretty sure you guys don't care either way. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get into this. I've literally had all this stuff since about noon today, and it's been driving me nuts because I want to go through this and open it. But the only thing I do know from this, right, is there's stuff in this submission, right? Because again, this is Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. There's stuff in this submission that my company, yes, I do work for CGC, has not graded before. So there's definitely some pop ones in here. No matter what their grade is, it's the first time we've graded them. So I'm super excited to see how it turned out. And just for reference, right, I'm not a spokesperson for CGC. I'm just an employee. So I treat all this stuff as me as a customer. I can't speak on behalf of the company, you know, so on and so forth, all your typical, you know, PR related stuff. I'm not the person for it. But yeah, just getting that out there just so there's no confusion. But anyway, that's the good thing about working for this company. I can still do my own submissions in terms of like submitting my own. Obviously, I can't grade my own stuff. That would be ridiculous. But yeah, so without further ado, let's take a look and see what we got here. All right. And again, this is a mix between Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy. I'm going to move this up just out of view there so you can at least see the box. But all right, let me know how that looks. Anybody? Yeah, I think that's fine. That kind of works right there. And again, I wish I could get to a point where I can just leave this desk set up, but I think the immediate action is I need to upgrade my desktop PC. All right, good, thank you. I need to upgrade my desktop so then I don't have to set this desk up with my gaming laptop where I do primarily most of my gaming currently. But like I said, if I can transition back over there, I can leave this desk set up, right? Especially have the mount and all this stuff in the position I needed to. I can just snap my phone in and we'll be good to go. Anyway, I've done enough talking. I'm already tired, but I'm kind of not tired at the same time, if that makes sense. Also, by the way, one more quick update as I just derailed myself again. I do appreciate everyone came through the last stream and all the people that dropped subs and all that. That was great. All that got immediately reverted and I ended up losing subs somehow. So we're at 899 and now we're back down to 887. It is what it is. I mean, I'm not getting famous anytime soon. That's not the intention of this channel. But I just want to let you know, if you did subscribe during the last stream, I would just double check it on your end. Just make sure that you're still subscribed. Or otherwise, I'm just going to chalk it up to people who had bot accounts or secondary accounts. It is what it is. Anyway, let's go on a positive note. Let's look at some graded cards that no one even knows exist because no one keeps up with Final Fantasy somehow. One of the biggest gaming franchises of all time. But anyway, yeah, you kind of see how my attitude's going to be for this because I'm already kind of, you know, scatterbrained, but I'm trying to have fun and be positive. All right. Starting off, ooh. Oh, by the way, I do have my little covers that I use for this. Comes to find out this company, and I've mentioned this before, I said this company went out of business. I guess it was just a temporary pause. So this company is still currently in business. So shout out to the CEO of Superior Fit Innovations. I need to order more stuff from you guys. I doubt that you're going to see this, but I need to order more of these sleeves. I'm kind of running thin. I'll definitely run out by Sunday. So I won't have enough to put everything in a sleeve, but it's the sleeves I use for this. I've got my little cleaning rag so I can kind of wipe off all the slabs. But again, let's get into this. We are starting off really, really strong. This is kind of tough to do because you're going to see what the back... Yeah, because the Final Fantasy cards have stuff on the front and back. I'm just going to flip this over so you guys can see it. So starting off super strong, we have an absolutely beautiful, pristine. We get Cloud Strife, right? And this is from the Art Museum, the 2023 set. In terms of Final Fantasy VII, there were 2 different Art Museum sets. And then they did Final Fantasy 13. Yeah, I know, right? What a strong start. But yeah, so they did 3 different Art Museum sets, and now there's the Kingdom Hearts Art Museum set. But yeah, super strong start there. And again, pretty sure this is pretty low pop because, again, our company hasn't graded too much Final Fantasy stuff, whether it's the TCG or any of the Art Museum stuff. So I'm on the cutting edge of the pushing. How do I want to say this? I'm on the forefront of trying to get more attention for Final Fantasy cards, and I'm doing my best. So hopefully stuff like this, and if anyone from work is watching this, please promote this, pass to the social media team. We need to get more Final Fantasy stuff out there. So there we go. Off to a solid start. Let's go with the next one. All right, so no pristine on this one, but we do have, and again, the theme on this one, right? A lot of Cloud, a lot of Sephiroth. Super excited to see how this one goes. Again, same art museum set. This was card number 92. This is card number 95. I feel like there's a little bit of lag in the stream. You guys let me know if anything's lagging. But again, this one's pretty cool, especially because it shows his wing as like the shadow effect, which is kind of sick. But let's take a look and see how Sephiroth did. Again, this is a legit battle between Cloud and Sephiroth in this whole submission. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, okay, nice. I'll take it. So it's not the pristine, but we still got that gem mint. And again, same thing on the back there. It's got the card list and all the other information. Another absolutely beautiful card. And again, these ones are tough, especially with the pointed corners. It's treated more like a sports card or like Yu-Gi-Oh! They're very, very hard to grade and keep in good condition, let alone. So, yeah, off to a strong start there. And just to show you guys real quick how I utilize these sleeves. I'll clean these off. And again, especially because a lot of the dust and stuff from the factory gets caught in these little ridges right here. Use a nice little microfiber, just wipe everything down. It doesn't add any scratches or anything to the case itself. It keeps everything nice and neat. And then I'll take one of my sleeves. Now, I've had some of these before where for some reason they don't seal at the top, so hopefully none of these are that. So let's see, peel this off. All right, good, so we got a good one here. So then just turn it backwards. So it goes into the sleeve this way. Yep, there's definitely adhesive on this one. Should probably take off that little sticky tab after the fact. I'll keep that in mind going forward. So then push this down and then just flip this back over. And there we go. Nice and protected. So there we go. A sleeve for a plastic sleeve for the card itself. Gotta love it. But yeah, usually, again, I go through all this stuff and I sleeve up every graded card I have, whether it was stuff I was going to sell or stuff I was keeping for the personal collection. What's going on? Say, how we doing? Just getting stream started. Thanks for coming by. I know it's a little bit late. Yeah, so did I. I mentioned before. So yeah, we hit 899 and then that stream ended and then we lost 12 subs. No. Yeah, we lost 12 subs immediately. So I'm assuming it was like bot accounts and random people that were just here for the giveaway, but it is what it is. I'm not really going to dwell on that. But yeah, so we dropped all the way back down. No idea. I'm just going to chalk it up to YouTube doing it because YouTube does YouTube things. But yeah, it was literally immediate. Thank you. But yeah, for some reason, it just seemed like an automated, like, oh, hey, these people, I don't know. I doubt it was the accounts itself. Or like I said, they were just some weird bot accounts. But either way, it's all good. We'll get back there eventually. It also just gives me more time to get stuff for that opening. So, yeah, so because these come from the factory, and it's not, I guess not a factory, it's just like, I'm trying to think of a better way to describe it. Because it comes from the production floor, there's inherently going to be dust and stuff on this. And they do use like an air hose once the card is encapsulated. But again, you're going to get stuff in there either way. So it's not like they're all kinds of gross, but every once in a while you'll just get debris that comes through there. So it just happens that way. So I'm going to move this out of the way actually because I want to have more room to show this off because I just got a little bit of a preview of what's coming next. And yeah. I got to put this little cover back on top so I don't spoil this for myself because the next card, I definitely, oh my God. Okay. I don't know. This is absolutely insane. Now this card I'm about to show you is a 1 of 1. It's currently the only one graded from CGC, which makes this even more special. So check this out. Look at this. This is from the brand new, literally brand new Kingdom Hearts Art Museum set. This is Cloud from the Olympus Coliseum. This is the only one currently in the CGC database, and I have it. Plus, it's a pristine 10. So, and I'm just going to go ahead because I can already see the next one. So the one that pairs with this, right? Again, keeping with the theme, we got Sephiroth in the pristine 10 as well. Both Kingdom Hearts artwork here, both from the Kingdom Hearts Art Museum set. And it's so funny because that was actually featured in some of CGC's content on their YouTube channel from these two cards before. But both of these cards were from the other art museum set, not the Kingdom Hearts one. But it's funny because the Cloud that I had was a gem mint, not the pristine. So now I have the pair in pristine. Absolutely insane. Again, both of these are the only ones currently in the CGC database, and they're both pristine. So that's just, so it's kind of cool to know that even if, you know, thousands of these are graded after the fact, not only did I have the very first ones, but I also had the highest grade possible to start off with. So yes, this is super exciting. And this is all stuff, guys, that, I mean, I kind of set the value on this, right? Because there aren't any other ones like this. And it's brand new, right? Like, I don't know if PSA or even Beckett has graded too many of these Kingdom Hearts Art Museum cards. So this is why I push really, really hard for, you know, promoting Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy stuff on this channel, because it's deserved. Like, this stuff is so absolutely stunning. These cards are amazing. They're just absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I think they definitely deserve the recognition, but it seems like they're so underground, which is insane. So that's why I do this, right? So again, CGC submissions going forward, I keep alternating in Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy stuff along with my Pokemon submissions. You know, it's funny, I was looking through my stuff. I even have some Yu-Gi-Oh submissions I want to do. So, but looking at your guys' polls, which again, if you haven't filled out either of the polls, either here on YouTube or the one on Discord, please check those out. The Discord one got literally 1 vote so far. But it's just asking for feedback on the kind of content you guys want to see. And the CGC submissions is definitely one of the top things you guys want to see. So I'll make sure to keep up with these. And again, you guys kind of get a nice little double batch of these, because you get the previews, which we're going to do tonight as well. And you get the recaps. So, so yeah, again, check out the polls, leave your feedback. You can comment on them as well if there's something else that isn't an option on there. Or just, again, just any kind of feedback you guys have for the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, off to a strong start. And again, I'm not even mad that this got a gem mint, because again, it's still a 10. I'll gladly take it. All right, on to the next. Got to put this cover on this so I don't spoil this for myself. Grab the card. There we go. All right, so again, keep with the theme. Another, so this is from the actual Final Fantasy TCG now. This is Cloud. Again, very similar artwork here. I do like the, it's not embossed, but like it's the bigger like shadow form behind him. This is actually from the 8th Final Fantasy TCG set, so Opus 8. The brand new set that came out today is Opus 27, which is absolutely insane that they've pushed out 27 sets. Well, mainline sets, right? And then they have some of the subsets. So there's probably closer to 30 sets now for the Final Fantasy TCG. And it's still so underground, which is sad for me because I'm such a big fan. Plus, the artwork is absolutely beautiful. Final Fantasy is a very iconic franchise. And for the TCG to not be doing well or not be recognized is kind of sad. But that's why, hey, if I'm the only person grading this stuff, then so be it. But I know myself, Mewtwo Dude, and a couple other people in this very, very small community are trying to get more recognition for this. So, yeah. Prepare to see more Final Fantasy submissions in the not-too-distant future. But anyway, let's see how we did on this one. Again, this is Cloud in his Kingdom Hearts form, or Kingdom Hearts artwork by the absolutely amazing Tetsuya Nomura. Let's take a look and see how we did in this one. Ooh, okay, we got a 9. Okay, not bad, not bad. I'm kind of curious because, again, there's no subgrades, unfortunately, which I've actually voiced my opinion to the company about that. We'll see if I get any kind of response. You know, it's just like, you know, you can put like employee feedback in a little Dropbox. Well, I kind of do that, but through email. And I went in long tandem about subgrades in my opinion and some ways that we could kind of reinvent that and bring it back. We'll see if that feedback's taken. But again, without knowing, you know, and again, now that it's encapsulated, it's a little bit harder for me to look at it. But I'll take a look after the stream. But still, absolutely beautiful card. Oh, before I clean this off, let's leave this here and let's look at how its counterpart did. And again, all the cards in the submission are Cloud versus Sephiroth. So 10 card submission, you're going to have 5 pairings of that. Let's see how. Man, okay. This is all right. I just got to bring this on screen here because, yep. All right, so let's take a look. So obviously Sephiroth did better on this one. We get the pristine on this one, which is hilarious because, again, we're kind of flip-flopping now. So, again, this set came way later. This is 10 sets later. This is set 18, or Opus 18, Resurgence of Power. Again, this is Sephiroth and his Kingdom Hearts artwork. Again, still from Tetsuya Nomura. But an absolutely beautiful card. In that beautiful pristine 10. I love the logo, especially with the black and gold contrast. It's just so fitting for these. But yeah, this is absolutely amazing. Hell yeah. So there we go. What, 4 pristine so far? Gem mint and 1 mint 9. But again, I'll take it. These cards, there's literally such a low population of these cards being graded that I'll take it for sure. I'm not going to complain no matter what grade we get. I would say all the cards I submitted are either less than 10 in total, or like I said, especially for these two, these are the first 2 ever graded. So, yeah. Kind of hope Mewtwo Dude pops in to watch his brain melt as he's looking at this. We're both huge Final Fantasy fans. I know he likes Kingdom Hearts as well, but again, just the TCGs are just so underground for whatever reason. But, yeah. Anyway. All right. Another one for the collection. And again, all these Final Fantasy cards, they're for the personal collection. There's no intent of ever selling these or trading them off. The only way I would do anything with them, kind of like Pokemon, right? So, like, let's say I resubmit or get other cards to kind of submit again. You know, if let's say I get another one of these in a pristine or that in pristine, I may do something with the lower grades, but if anything, it would be like a giveaway or maybe a trade with some of my friends or something like that. But yeah, no complaints. You're never going to hear me complain about anything graded Final Fantasy, no matter how high or low the grade is. But again, this is a good idea to do with any grading cards, or graded cards rather. When you get them back, just wipe them off real quick, especially if you're going to put them in these little sleeves like I do. It just prevents any kind of further dust or anything potentially scraping against the plastic and keeping them as pristine as possible. You see what I did there? But yeah, off to a strong start. Well, not off to, we're almost done. But anyway, again, Sunday's submission is going to be a lot longer because we have 2 submissions to go through. We've got a 10-card submission and the big 50-card submission. I'm super excited to see how both of those orders did. But here we go. Another beautiful pairing. Can they all fit on here? Can you guys still see this? If anyone's watching, please just let me know if this still fits on screen, if we're looking good. Yeah, I could probably move over a little bit more. There we go. All right, 2 more sets of Cloud versus Sephiroth. Now, it keeps getting better from here. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Just the cards themselves, right? Like, these are, again, if you don't like Final Fantasy for whatever reason, hopefully this is part of the reason to bring you into it. So here we go. Now, the full art version, Cloud again. This is one of the promotional cards, right? So you even see here it says box topper. So like in the old days of Pokemon, well, I guess they're kind of bringing it back, but you get a promo with booster boxes on the Final Fantasy TCG as well. Pokemon has just started doing that again recently with some of the newer sets. But yeah, so again, this card original artwork, and even has the set down here, right? So if you look down here at the bottom, or actually up here at the top, it kind of explains a little bit better. The promo number 44, but it shows the original set it was from. So you get Opus 8 and 006 matching that card right there. So super excited to see how this one did. Again, not the pristine, but let's see how it did in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, another mint. Okay. All right, that's not bad. That's not bad. So actually, I think Yeah, so funny enough, the reason why I wanted to grade this one, right, because I actually have this card graded. So I've had this sitting on my desk for a long time, but this is the Beckett version of this. I actually bought this card this way. It's the only Beckett graded card that I have. And you can see, right, the subgrades built in, just that 0.5 off from being a perfect black label Beckett card. But I thought I would pick up another copy and try my luck with CGC. And again, I'm not going to complain about that. It's still an absolutely beautiful card, but maybe I'll get one day that can kind of beat out this one. Or maybe I'll resubmit this one and see if I can get the black label on this one. I know a lot of people that grade through Beckett, that's all that they do. Like, literally, that's all that they do. They'll take a card and keep submitting it over and over, especially if they're on that 9.5 or even like those gold pristines. They'll keep resubmitting it to see if someone will cut them a break and get that black label. But if you guys know anything about Beckett, they're extremely, extremely stingy when it comes to black labels, which, again, I think it's an overhyped, overinflated thing. But, again, if you look at even their 10s, what's going on, Ryan? How we doing? Even if you look at their 10s compared to other companies, right, or even their own, right, if you look at their own 10s compared to their black label 10s, you're talking about 5 to 6 times, which is insane, but 5 to 6 times the amount of value just for that extra 0.5. But it's all good. That's enough talking about Beckett. I probably won't ever do a submission with them. Nothing against the company, but I just don't like the overinflated, like, oh, yeah, there's a black label. Cool. It is nice to see that CGC is finally getting some good recognition for the pristines. Because honestly, like, when CGC was doing perfects back in the day, that was actually pretty cool. But now that that's not a thing anymore, the pristines are now the crown jewels. And again, they're finally getting recognition, not only in just how beautiful they look, but like in terms of their overall value. All right, on to the next. All right, so here we go. Counterpart, again, matching the other card that we saw previously. Now, this one's a bit different as well. This is another promotional card. Well, actually, this actually isn't a promo. So the label it's misread on here. So this isn't a promotional card. This is a reprinted artwork, but this is from the Legacy Collection set. So in theory, instead of where it says Pokemon, where it says promotional card, it should say Legacy Collection. Everything else on here is kind of accurate. It doesn't have the full list on there. You see, like, that's the actual card number on the bottom, that RE187. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that because I know what set this came from. Obviously, I pulled it. I'm huge into Final Fantasy TCG. So this isn't a promotional card. This is actually from the Legacy Collection set, which is an established set. Again, it's kind of like the best of the best, if you will. I'm going to have to do some research on that because, again, this is not a promo card. I know I've said it like 8 times already. But anyway, let's take a look and see how it graded. Okay, we still get the gem mint, though. All that complaining about a stupid label. And we still get an absolutely beautiful gem mint on there. Again, these cards have to be tough. And, because, again, they're not really graded in high volume. Myself, as a grader, I haven't seen these come through and grade for myself just yet. But it's got to be tough grading the back, especially because you're kind of just going off of the text, right, and trying to verify centering from that. And then a little bit of top to bottom. But obviously, especially with cards like this that don't really have a border, it's definitely got to be tough to grade in terms of those 4 criteria, right? You have your centering, the edges, your surface, and corners. So a lot of the weight is probably on those last 3 criteria compared to the centering, but it is still calculated in some form or fashion. But again, another absolutely beautiful pair. So who's winning so far? Who's doing better, Cloud or Sephiroth? I feel like it's just this weird balancing act. They keep going back and forth. But again, a lot of these cards I've been sitting on for a long time. I've been wanting to do this, again, for a long time because big fan of Final Fantasy. Plus, Cloud and Sephiroth are very, very iconic, so I thought it would just be fitting to do this ultimate submission between the two. All right, so here we go. The last two. Now, these last two cards that I'm going to show are the most expensive in the batch before grading, right? Like, I don't know the value of any of this, especially these two, because they're the only ones. Unless, again, I don't think anyone submitted these through PSA yet. I doubt anyone's seen them through Beckett yet. So these could possibly be the only two of these cards. Again, Kingdom Hearts Art Museum. There's going to be plenty more of these getting graded, so keep an eye out for that. But in theory, these could be the first two and only two currently that are graded. But with that being said, these next two cards are the most expensive cards from the submission. And I can already see... All right, hold on. Oh, okay. So, let's take this out. Oh, man. I was excited for these submissions, right? This card here is insane, right? So, I'm going to preface that, right? I showed off my other card here from Beckett. We get the pristine 10, but this isn't the perfect one. But this is the evolution of that. So take a look at this absolute beauty. This is literally perfect. We get the pristine 10 in this cloud here. So this is from this special collection. Oh, it says the label here correct. Nice. This is from the Noir special collection. So there's 12 cards in this special set that they did this black and white Noir style artwork with the gold signature on it. So everything about this is just so insane, right? So you get the black and gold clash there, and it's the pristine 10. This card itself, ungraded or raw, is very, very expensive. But now to see it in this pristine is absolutely insane. I'm super excited about this. I know I don't get like overly crazy with my personality, but trust me when I say this. This is absolutely insane. Like, this is an absolutely beautiful card. I did buy this raw. I've had this for a long, long time. This card's from 2023. I want to say I bought this shortly after this came out. Now, I didn't buy it with the collection, which I want to. If I do buy the collection, obviously I'm going to keep it sealed because the collection itself, again, it's 12 cards that kind of mirror the same style. They all have signatures on them. They're all from different sets. But this collection here is very, very expensive. So to get the individual cards is still pricey, but damn, that is so sick. I'm super excited to see that. Absolutely beautiful. This is one of the ones I was hoping to get a big grade from this one. This is kind of like in the last Final Fantasy submission, guys. Those last three cards that we graded, all the mono artworks, and how well they did. This is on that same scale. So, yeah, I know, dude. It's absolutely insane. But this one here, again, this is kind of cream of the crop, right? Like, this is just absolutely beautiful. Now, again, last one here. I'm kind of nervous because I can already see the label, but I don't know what it is. So let's take a look. So unfortunately, we did not get the pristine in this one, but still have high hopes for this one. Get different artwork here, but this is still from Kingdom Hearts. But this is the other Sephiroth from this set here. Again, this is the special promotional collection, the Noir set. Again, you still have that kind of black and gold here. You get a little bit of color accent in there, but you have the signature from Tetsuya Nomura. But let's see how this submission ends off. Again, Cloud versus Sephiroth. Absolutely amazing. Let's see how we ended this off in 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. All right. I'll take that. And again, you know, if it's not pristine, that's exactly what you want to see right there in that absolutely beautiful Gem Mint 10. Damn, that is so sick. All absolutely beautiful cards. And again, they didn't do this artwork in the Noir, which I kind of wish they did. But hey, they still picked the other. This is Sephiroth from Kingdom Hearts 2. So again, still iconic artwork. I will gladly take it. But yeah, what an absolutely insane submission. I don't know. Thank you. I appreciate it, dude. I'm blown away, even if my voice and my personality doesn't seem like it. Just to see some of these cards, especially these two again. These two are probably the only two in existence right now Obviously, not the cards themselves, but I'm saying like them being graded. Absolutely insane. Kingdom Hearts Art Museum. I doubt that anyone's graded them through Beckett or PSA, and I know that I'm the only one that submitted them through CGC because I can look in the database. So there we go. Cloud versus Sephiroth. All right, so let's see who did better. So Cloud, pristine, Cloud, pristine, Cloud 9, Cloud 9, Cloud, pristine. So 3 pristine Clouds, and then, damn it, I think we might have to get, I don't know, how does this balance out, right? Because you got Gem for Sephiroth, pristine for Sephiroth, pristine, Gem, and Gem. I think Sephiroth might win. Does Sephiroth take it? You guys let me know. I do think Sephiroth might take this one, but again, all absolutely insane pairings. So what I'm going to do for this, right, because Vaulted, it's a company that does a lot of like displays for graded cards and all kinds of other displays, right? I don't know if they do 2. I know they do 3 card displays. I'll have to look. If they do 2 card, that's going to be sick because I want to get all of these kind of paired off this way. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. Let me grab the other Final Fantasy ones that I have conveniently off to the side here. There's not many. So this is the other pair I was talking about. This is from the original Art Museum set. So that one came in a 10, and that one came in the pristine. So absolutely insane. And then the other big one that I got graded from that, again, it's a standalone, but this one here was absolutely insane too. One of the very few secret signed cards from the Art Museum Volume 2. Absolutely beautiful, but yeah, so there we go. We got plenty of the pair, good old Cloud and Sephiroth there. Absolutely beautiful. Again, no complaints from this submission. I'm super excited. Again, I hope someone from CGC is watching this. Go ahead and blow this up on social media. Promote this, whatever you guys got to do, but an absolutely sick submission. All right. So now I'm just going to put these away for now. I always keep these boxes here, especially because you can tell how nice. This is what the packaging looks like if you guys haven't seen the inside. There is a little pad of this little foam. So you have this little memory foam on the bottom as well. And then all the card slots. So that's not moving, right? Especially in shipment. I know it looks like there's a bit of a gap. But as you put these cards back in here, it kind of lines up almost perfectly. So, and again, that last little bit of cardboard just keeps everything nice and snug in here. So, and again, luckily, I get to just go to the office and pick these up. I don't have to worry about them being shipped anymore. But, yeah, an absolutely beautiful submission. I'm going to take some pictures and put a bump on Instagram for all the people that didn't pop into the stream. But, again, another absolutely amazing Final Fantasy submission. Now, on to the next part of the stream. We have to kind of prep and look for what we're going to submit next. All right, so this one's going to be a little bit all over the place because I do have some stuff already sleeved and prepped. So let me go through. Let's go through this box first. And again, this is all stuff that I've been sitting on for a little bit. But let's start with this side here. Yeah, we're going to start with this side here. Let's see. How do I have this organized? Oh, yeah. All right. So as we go through this, and again, I've had all these sleeved up for a while because, again, I will get all these graded at some point in time. But let's go through and grab a stack real quick. All right. So I do have these broken down, if I remember correctly, by what Final Fantasy they're from. So let's see. All right. So look, there's another one. This is the non-holo of the Cloud that you guys just saw. Another Sephiroth there. And again, not saying that I'm going to submit in this order, but the other reason why I have a bunch of these, right? These are just the artworks from the original Final Fantasy VII, not remake, not rebirth, but it's a screen grabs from that game. So I try to get all the original Final Fantasy VII characters in that old school clipping, if you will. So I'm pretty sure I got most of them. let's see. Am I missing anybody? Let's see. So we got Cloud. Well, no, that's what I'm missing. I'm missing Cloud, which I don't have on there. Yeah, I know. I think I've got some in here. Just hang tight. We'll see. So let me just, I don't know. Let me redo this, right? Just because I'm going to try and keep these in an order. Again, I need the Cloud to kind of match all this, right? And then I'll have this batch. But let's just keep rolling through. And again, I have a lot of these sleeved and prepped already. This is from the 4th set, so Opus 4. Get Cloud and Sephiroth. This is from 3. I think this one I opened up those booster boxes. You got Zack in here. This Cloud from Advent Children. We get Reno, and I think Rude's in here as well. Yeah. So this artwork, or this screen grab, is from Advent Children. And then the updated Reno and Rude. This is from the 25th set. You guys remember me opening this up. There is a full art version of both of these, which I need to get. So I want to get that as well. I don't know what card this is backwards. Okay, this should be interesting. Let's take a look and see what we have here. Oh, that's why it's backwards, because it's Final Fantasy VIII. All right, so I did sort this by Final Fantasies. This one's actually really, really sick. This is Squall Leonhardt from Final Fantasy VIII. This card actually came from one of the... what is it? It's like a little anniversary bundle, I think. I actually have it right over here off to the side. Hold on one second. Let's see what it's from. So it's from the, excuse me, it's from the anniversary set from 2022. Again, this is one of the promos from it. I've opened this up before, but I have a sealed one. That's why I just went to go look. But yeah, absolutely beautiful card here. And again, there's no backs on any of the Final Fantasies, or no design rather. But yeah, absolutely beautiful card. I'm trying to submit a good batch of each, right? So again, Kingdom Hearts, or God, I'm going to keep saying that. Final Fantasy X now. A lot of absolutely beautiful cards here. So new kids, stick around. I think there's some good stuff in here. Just some absolutely beautiful artworks. Obviously, try to get as many of the different main characters as I could. And a lot of these traditional artworks, right? That a lot of these they either pulled from like the strategy guide or some original clippings. A lot of this artwork is from Tetsuya Nomura. He's done a lot of the character design and character models from pretty much Final Fantasy VII on. He's definitely had his hand in a lot. He's also known as the godfather of Kingdom Hearts, which is rightfully so, because without him, there wouldn't be Kingdom Hearts. That's personal opinion, but I think it's accurate. All right, so here's Lulu. We've got a couple different options for Lulu. This one's like game artwork here, and then this is just from one of the more recent sets. There's a lot of Lulu cards. I just haven't got around to collecting them. We get Kamari, Riku. We got a couple copies of these here. Jecht. So this is Titus's or Titus's dad. He's another really, really awesome Blitzball player. And then, oh yeah, so this is Bahamut from Final Fantasy X. I was like, wait, why did I have this in here? But yeah, that's Bahamut from Final Fantasy X. And then, oh yeah, so still some Final Fantasy X cards, but this is a little bit different because I'm trying to do like another batch. Again, still Final Fantasy TCG, but these are the Kingdom Hearts artwork. So there's a lot of Final Fantasy characters that have made appearances in Kingdom Hearts, and a lot of different forms. So I'm trying to gather all those as well to get those graded. So we get Auron. It's a little bit of a younger Auron, which is actually kind of cool to see. And then you get Titus, who used to hang out on Destiny Island with Sora and the gang. So, but yeah, got to keep working towards those. Let's see what the next batch is. And again, I don't know what I'm going to submit next. That's kind of why I'm going through this. You guys give me suggestions and feedback. We'll go from there. So let's see what's next. Oh yeah, this one's going to be a good one. More Final Fantasy XI cards. Now this isn't all of them because, again, I'm actively and always collecting Final Fantasy XI cards. Not only am I a big fan of Final Fantasy XI, but so is my kid brother. He kind of played it a little bit after me, and he still randomly plays here and there. I played majority of the time with my friend group. I was like the last one playing. I played for about 7 years. But yeah, so this one's actually kind of sick because you have the Archangels in here as well. You get all of them, which again, there's some good lore behind all these characters. And it's cool because they actually made a reappearance in Final Fantasy XIV, which was nice. Unfortunately, Archangel Eevee, which is the Elven, is the only one that got this other style artwork, which again still looks pretty sick. I wish it would have did this for all of them, but yeah. And then we have a couple full arts, right? Moogle from 11, and then we get the full art Matt in that hollow foil as well. Yeah, that one's that's hollow foil, but looks absolutely sick. And again, this is from the Legacy Collection set. So again, always loved Final Fantasy 11. It was my first MMO, and it's one that I'll never forget. But I'm also glad that they made Final Fantasy 14. All right, let's keep moving on. Again, a lot of Final Fantasy cards, and you guys have seen some of this stuff before, right? I've had a lot of these off to the side for years. Let's see what's next. Okay, this should be another good one. So moving from that, I don't have too many Final Fantasy 12 cards just yet, so we go right into 13. This is Lightning from Final Fantasy 13. This is the Opus 5 pre-release promo. A lot of the earlier promos had this kind of artwork and design, which is absolutely sick. But again, this is the 5th set pre-release promo. Then you get the regular version, still hollow, but not pre-release. This one's absolutely gorgeous. Another cool promo, Final Fantasy 13. This is from I almost said Versus. I wish this was Versus 13. If you know, you know. This is from Lightning Returns, so technically Final Fantasy 13-3. But it's got the whole gang there in this absolutely beautiful full art. This takes place years after Final Fantasy 13-2. You can tell a lot of different outfits. Everyone's kind of aged a little bit. I like this one. This was Lightning in Yuna's outfit from Final Fantasy X. Got a couple of those. And then we get Noel. He's from Final Fantasy 13-2. He's a new character that was introduced, but he's the shared protagonist, if you will. All right, let's see what else we got. This should be a good batch here because Final Fantasy 14. So these, and there's 3 of these here, which I didn't realize how rare these cards were until I did some research. So again, these Scions of the Seventh Dawn. This character right here is the the Warrior of Light. That's kind of like the player character that all the cutscenes and all that stuff model after, especially for the promotional stuff for Final Fantasy 14. And then all these other characters are part of the Scions. The reason why this is so rare is because this card, and yes, they gave you 3 copies of it, came with a playmat. It's actually not this one. It's not the one that sits on my other desk. It's a exclusive Final Fantasy 14 Final Fantasy TCG playmat that I never unrolled, never looked at. But these cards came with it. Now, nowhere in the purchase in the original promo for that playmat talks about these cards. They're just like, hey, here's some cards thrown in. But it was a very, very short print run of that. So if they're out there, they're out there. They're not reproducing it. So it's really sick to have these cards, especially because how big of a fan of Final Fantasy 14 I am. But just to know like how rare these cards are. We get Minfilia in this absolutely beautiful full art. She was the leader of the Scions. I'm not going to spoil and explain what happens in her situation, but she is a very iconic character. Very, very notable NPC from Final Fantasy 14. We got Minfilia in her regular attire. This is the look that she had when she was first introduced early on. Again, this card's from 2021. Y'shtola, she's one of the black mages from Final Fantasy 14. Again, she's also from the Scions. I was trying to get all these characters here, right? So I'll get all the Scions. That'd be kind of a cool submission. So to do all these and then all the different Scions. I know there's cards for everyone. It's just trying to find good artwork. Good old Estinian. This was a really cool promo. It's super early on into the Final Fantasy TCG. Yeah, this is from Opus 6. You get Alphino and I think, Alice behind. These are the twins. Very, very impactful in the narrative for Final Fantasy XIV, especially later on in some of the later expansions. We get Gaharatia, Final Fantasy XIV. He was part of protecting the... He's one of the Crystal Tower protectors or guardians, if you will. We get Meryl. She is one of the generals or leaders of one of these city-states. You actually see the city-state in the background. She's the leader of Limsa Laminsa. I know I've talked about this a million times before. I need to get a card for the third one. So this is Khan E. Sena, or Senna. She is the leader of the third city-state. But yeah, for some reason I don't have one for... Well, I probably have a card. I just haven't got around to organizing it. But yeah, so she's the leader of Gridania. And then there's another character that's supposed to be over here. He's the leader of Udal. But yeah. Anyway, Final Fantasy XIV cards. Again, you guys know I'm a big fan of this. So let's just keep rolling here. So these go this way. And again, I keep flipping them back and forth just so I kind of keep track for myself in my own weird sorting process. Don't judge me. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's see what else we got in here. All right, small little batch here. Got some cards from Final Fantasy 15. Now, I know there's updated cards from 16. And then, obviously, when Final Fantasy 17 comes out, whenever that happens, we'll get some cards for that as well. This is a really cool promo. This came from the pre-release kit. Well, it's from that set. I don't think this... No, it didn't come from the actual pre-release itself. This one's actually really cool because this is from the second anniversary, so all those years ago, which is kind of nuts to think that 2 years in and they were already 7 sets in. But yeah, very, very old promo for the Final Fantasy TCG. There's the promo. Hidden Trials pre-release, absolutely beautiful promo. This is from the 23rd set. Good old Luna Freya. This is Noctis's wife or wife-to-be throughout the story. Got to change out the music again. Hold on one second. But yeah, she's got an interesting background. And then again, she ends up becoming the queen to King Noctis. Another one, there's the regular version of the card. And then you get the, again, pre-release, came in a full art. All right, so I was trying to get a bunch of these artworks, right? Because this resembles a lot of like the pack art, or not the pack art, the box art from the game. So you get Noctis, you get Gladius, Prompto, and Igneous. So you get all 4 of the boys here. This one has the 2023 stamp on it because it's a full art. I'm trying to find the regular version of that card, just so I can have all of them on the same kind of playing field. This is all from... Well, it's funny because they're from different sets also. So 3 of these are from the 18th set, so Opus 18. And then this one's from Opus 20. Let's see what this one flipped over is. Ooh, okay, nice. Beautiful full art from Final Fantasy 16. I didn't think I had it in here. But, yeah, this from the 24th Opus. Again, just so many absolutely beautiful cards from Final Fantasy. But again, they have this huge, long legacy of just so many different games that have come out. That, and, you know, a lot of absolutely amazing artists and illustrators. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, too. I'm glad you would agree. All right, so flip this over, put that here. And again, usually submissions I'll probably do in like these 10-card batches, right? Just because I only ever kind of splurge here and there for some of the other, like when I did with the big submission you guys will see on Sunday for the big 50. I rarely do huge submissions like that. I don't know if I'm going to do it whenever we get to the 75th submission. Maybe I'll do a 75-card submission, which is insane. But yeah, just a lot of absolutely beautiful cards for sure. And again, over time, I'll end up grading all of these, right? But at least I have them prepped and ready to go. And then it's just kind of just breaking them down into those smaller batches. I'm actually going to move these up here because these are all, again, still Kingdom Hearts related. It's just funny now because now we have the Kingdom Hearts Art Museum set, so I really don't need to do this anymore. But so all good. I'm going to keep chasing. Oh, that's completely understandable. Yeah, especially with how insane Pokemon and Digimon is. No, that's completely understandable. Trust me, if I had limitless money, I'd probably do Final Fantasy and Pokemon. And then I'd go even further and do the Japanese iteration of both. But yeah, no, that I don't have time for that. So, new kid, good question. Some of them, I guess, it really just depends on which ones, especially because I have them in the binder now and I kind of have the set. I don't really know. I will at some point. I just don't know when. Maybe if I get some duplicates or if I can get any of the higher end cards, which I doubt. You know, maybe if I can get any like the Surge foils or any other cool promos or anything like that, maybe. But yeah, I'm not really sure. Good question, though. All right, let me take a drink of water. We're going to this next box. Guys, I guess I was overly ambitious in what I wanted to go through tonight. Ooh, all the Amano artwork. Ooh. I mean, I do have a full binder that's like 200 Amano cards. I don't know. That would be a sick collection to have all of them graded, but there's so many. And you gotta think, new kid, like even off all the ones that I have, it's not even scratching the surface of all the Amano artworks. I'm still missing so many. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go through this and then I'm gonna end the stream, just because I haven't really eaten anything and my voice is already kind of going to shit. Now, depending on how I feel, might actually spoil you guys this weekend. I might stream tomorrow and just have a 3-day crazy stream weekend. I usually don't stream on Saturdays, but I have so much other Final Fantasy stuff I want to go through. So we'll kind of leak Final Fantasy Friday into Saturday. We'll keep Sunday the Pokemon stream. I don't want to muddy that up. But yeah, let's go through this here at least. And then, like I said, I have some other stuff just for sake of showing you, right? So like here, this is the Opus 4 pre-release kit, which this is probably one of the most expensive ones out there. I probably should have kept it sealed, but oh well. But I have a bunch of these pre-release kits that I have cards in that I want to sort through and kind of convert and put into stuff like this. So, again, you guys let me know whether you're watching this live or in the comments if you want to see that for tomorrow. If not, hey, you know what? I'll save it for next Friday or the Friday after. But if you guys want to see more Final Fantasy content, please let me know. I'll gladly do a stream tomorrow, depending on how I feel. It'll probably be around lunchtime, so just keep that in mind if anyone is interested. But feel free to let me know. Either let me know here in chat, comment down below if you're watching after the fact, or hit me up in Discord or Instagram. But, all right, let's get into this here. So, these here, I want to submit more of these. Now, I'm also the only one that has this card graded in pretty much any database, right? So you guys remember those transparent Final Fantasy Art Museum cards that I had? Well, these are the backings to those, right? So as of right now, there's only one in all of the CGC population, and it's a 9. So I have a good amount of these. Let's Play of 10-2. You know, I technically have it on PC. So once I get that set up, you'll have to remind me. I do want to do Let's Plays, guys, and I know we've talked about this before. I know you're kind of busting my chops, new kid, but I just need to get it set up. Like, and I know I talked about it for a long time. I just need to figure it out. Whatever that takes, I need to figure it out. Whatever equipment I need to get, I need to get it. But I think, I don't know. I'll leave the discussion at that for right now. We'll put a pin in it, but I do want to do some Let's Plays. But getting back to these, again, there's only been one graded, and I pretty much, I mean, I have it, but I helped get that established. So, want to submit some more of these, probably do all of them just to see what I can get. But yeah, these are all the backings to those Final Fantasy, the Coca-Cola Art Museum cards. That absolutely insane collaboration from 2001. Yeah, 2001. All right, so off to the side with these. These are just the packs from that I kept just for my own nostalgia. All right, so let's go through these here. I do have all these bundled together. These are some more promos from the Final Fantasy TCG. Now, this very, very front one is unique because it's a Japanese promo. I don't have too many Japanese Final Fantasy cards, but this one's absolutely sick. This is from Opus 14. Again, this is when Remake/Rebirth came out, so absolutely beautiful promo. This is from one of the latest sets. Yeah, this is from Opus 25. Which, again, I remember opening this booster box, and I thought that, hey, we weren't going to get a promo, and I'm glad that we did. Because it's Zack carrying Cloud. I want to say this is from Rebirth. And then, again, some of these I actually got from New Kid. I don't remember where you got all these, dude, but I remember you got a bunch of these Final Fantasy promos for me. So I appreciate you. All different sets, but they're all sealed promos. All absolutely beautiful. There you go. There's one for you. Talk about 10-2. There's Yuna from Final Fantasy 10-2. The Forsaken Final Fantasy game, in my opinion. But here's some more of the pre-release. So part of what I want to do is I want to go through and organize, because I do have majority of the pre-release promos. I just need to get them organized. So that's part of what I want to do. I feel like I need to stream tomorrow. I'm kind of talking myself into it. But I need to organize and sort and make sure to see which ones I have, which ones I don't. But I honestly, I have a good amount of them. Now, there's some from like the early Opus sets that I don't have because they're crazy expensive. But yeah, want to get all the pre-release promos. That would be absolutely insane. And then obviously grade that as a batch. I mean, as of right now, there's 27 of them. So, but yeah, I have them in this very, very nice, perfect protected little sleeve here. So there we go. All right, some more. I think these are similar. I think these are the ones that that you got me, New Kid, if I remember correctly. I mean, we're going to find out here in a second. But these are cool because they're kind of like the pre-release kits for Pokemon, where they give you like a little bit of a deck. So there's these promos, and then there's a couple cards behind it. Awesome, absolutely beautiful artwork. Yeah, I want to say I got these from New Kid. Yeah, organized play kit. So again, it's like a little mini deck. You get these at pre-release events alongside with, you know, those little pre-release kits that I had. But again, it's just like a little mini deck. You kind of get it when these sets come out. But yeah, again, I got so much stuff Final Fantasy related to grade. If it ever happens, who knows? But I'm working towards it. All right, let's see what we got here. A bunch of little dividers in these. I'm just going to grab all this out. Let's see what we got. So this is one of the sealed cards from the Final Fantasy Art Museum. There's actually 2 cards in this. There's this and then the back of that, and then there's this and the front of it. Got some of these. Excuse me. Yeah, my voice is going out. We had some of these full art crystal cards from Final Fantasy TCG. Again, you just have like random stuff in here. You get another one of these. Move that over here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, so this is cool. So this actually, New Kid, if you're still here, you've seen this card, but from the Magic the Gathering set, this is what they took from that artwork. So Dragon versus Soldier of Light. This is the original card that it came from. Old Final Fantasy Art Museum set. But yeah, that's where they got that artwork. Pretty much turned this vertically and then added it to the Magic the Gathering set. A lot of these cards are some more Amano artworks or just some random playing cards that they had here. But again, some absolutely beautiful Amano artwork. Again, just iconic, right? I've mentioned this before, but Amano is the Arita for Final Fantasy. Yeah, you like that, right? That's pretty sick, right? Just to see where the origins are. And I'm sitting on this card for God knows how long. Most of these cards I got from Mewtwo Dude, so shout out to you. I love this one so much. And I know they did this in the actual TCG, but This is from Final Fantasy X. And it's cool because Amano did the artwork for every single one of these characters and then the backdrop on top of it. You get some of these random playing card ones, which are kind of cool. You get Vincent in the Amano artwork, Tifa, and then you get one of the other playing cards as well. Let's see, these cards are super old, I think. Yeah, 1997. Just some OG Amano artwork here. Doesn't get any better than that. All right, reorganize all these. Put all the playing cards together. There we go. But again, you guys can see like the gambit of like all the Final Fantasy stuff that I have. And again, I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, obviously. It's important to me. It's played a big part of my life in terms of, you know, what I've dedicated a lot of time to. And it's been like that kind of escape to, you know, throughout my whole life. Anytime I needed to just get that escape, it's been with video games. And yeah, I'll be forever grateful. If there weren't video games, I don't know what I'd be doing with my free time. I mean, probably more trading card stuff. But anyway, let's go through some more. Super old Cloud here. This one's from 97 as well. This one's kind of beat up. I was going to submit this with the Sephiroth I did, but I decided not to. Here's some more of the transparent cards from the Coca-Cola collab. These are some of the duplicates that I pulled. Yeah. Stream's not going to be going too much longer, guys. Again, some more Amano artwork. I need to pull these. So you guys saw this one, right? This is one of the other ones that I got graded from the actual TCG. Here's the original artwork. Yeah, I need to sleeve up those other ones. So this one here, this is, I think, some more Cloud and Sephiroth. I think there's some Titus mixed in here. Another Japanese promo. Absolutely beautiful. And I like this artwork because this is the one from Final Fantasy X in terms of like, I mean, obviously it's from Final Fantasy X, but this is the one they pulled from like the strategy guide and the promotional stuff. And then this artwork is from Dissidia Final Fantasy. It's the fighting game. I love this artwork too. Original Final Fantasy TCG Japanese, which we called chapters. It wasn't called Opus for the Japanese sets. Then we got in English, and then we got the full art. Some more Cloud cards here. This is from, yeah, Opus 25. The young Sephiroth card, which still looks so sick. So like, there's another pre-release. So I just gotta get organized. Yep, another pre-release. And then this one's 6. So this is another signature card from the Art Museum set. There's more, but at least I have 2 of them. I need to get this graded as well. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just start doing a bigger push for grading Final Fantasy stuff. I mean, it's my collection, right? I can do what I want, but it comes down to what you guys want to see. But yeah, I need to sort and go through all these pre-releases, see which ones I'm missing. That one's probably one of the more expensive ones, this one here. Especially because it's so old. This pre-release kit itself, if I would have kept it sealed, is over $300 now. And mainly it's because of this card. But it is what it is. There's stuff I'm going to open. There's stuff I'm going to keep sealed. It's how my brain works. All right, let's see what else. Just go through a little bit more, and then we'll call it. I do appreciate everyone coming through and checking out the stream. Let's see what else we got in here. Let's see. I had so many Final Fantasy cards, it's insane. I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, right? But I'm just stating the obvious. All right, let's look at this stack here. Now, a lot of these are just random full arts. No rhyme or reason to this outside of them just being full arts. And there's a good mix of like legends in here as well. So like this one here. Just some absolutely insane full art cards. Oh yeah, I double sleeve that one because there's the regular and the full art. Another Kingdom Hearts artwork. Final Fantasy 11. Honestly, I talk more about these guys, but again, my throat is just killing me. I'm kind of losing my voice, so just do some ASMR for a minute. Another mono artwork. Absolutely beautiful. Some Final Fantasy 9 cards, and then immediately into 10. Excuse me, my goodness. Always comes in threes. I really, really love this artwork because, again, I'm a huge Final Fantasy X fan. But, yeah, just iconic artwork there. Well, here's some of my Final Fantasy 12 cards. That card looks so sick. Yeah, and that's why I like going through this, right? Some of the stuff is like trip through memory lane. You forget when you have stuff sitting in these boxes for... Some of the stuff has been years. There's a card for you, new kid. That's, yeah, again, like this one here, I just have it in a top loader for some reason. It's not even a top loader, it's a side loader. Yeah, again, as you build a collection, sometimes you kind of get lost in it, which should be obvious. I mean, anyone that collects anything... Pretty sure you can back me up on that one. But, again, this is just a slice of what I have in the grading pile, which seems to be never ending. But it's a work in progress for sure. But with that being said, that's going to do it for today's stream. Again, I'm going to end the stream just showing you guys what else I have to go through. I'm just going to set it on the desk here. If you guys want to see a stream for tomorrow, please let me know. If I don't really see any kind of feedback or anything by like lunchtime, I'm just not going to stream. But it's all good. Appreciate everyone coming through. Again, there's just stuff I need to go through for tomorrow. I'm going to take some cards out of these. You guys saw me open these up recently. I'm going to pull, which I like. They have hollows and non-hollows, so I'm going to pull the hollows out of these. Get those prepped to get graded. And then again, pre-release kits. Again, these are open. These are all ones I've gone through before. Or, you know, all stuff I've opened before, rather. I forgot I opened up 2 of these. It's the other thing I like about Final Fantasy TCG, which, I mean, it's pretty much everything, but... Just the artwork on all the boxes is just absolutely beautiful. Really tough to beat their artwork. But again, all these cards in here either have the pre-release cards in them or just, you know, random packs and stuff. So here's the latest and greatest one, which you guys saw me open this up recently. So again, it's all stuff I just need to go through and kind of organize a little bit better. Get all the pre-releases together and then kind of sort everything else. But... That's just a bit of a tape. Let me just show you everything else while I'm at it. Then we can end the stream. Sorry, I got stuff all over the place. A bit scatterbrained. But again, if you guys want to see me stream tomorrow, let me know. If not, I will see you guys on Sunday. It's going to be an awesome stream on Sunday. It will be on time, so don't worry. I won't be late for that one. But it's going to be one that you don't want to miss. Trust me. Again, it's a big... number 50 submission. I really hope people come through for that one. I would truly appreciate it. It would mean a lot, especially because it's one of my biggest submissions I ever did, and it's that milestone submission. So, oh look, we got cards for this. All right, cool. So we can keep these together. Just sort all that at once. All right, put those here. So many pre-release kits, but you guys see how long I've been doing this stuff and going through all this. It's just all absolutely beautiful artwork. And again, the big one here, which, again, people said I should have kept sealed, especially because I already had this promo, but, it's all good. I don't care. All right. But again, that's going to do it for today's stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me do my shout outs real quick. And then I'm going to go get something to eat. And then kind of better prep for the weekend. Still have a little bit of work I have to do tomorrow, unfortunately. But it's the nature of the beast when you pretty much have 2 careers. But quick shout outs. Obviously, New Kid, thanks for coming by, bro. Hope to see you on Sunday. Hit me up tomorrow or even later tonight. We can chit chat for a little bit. Hilario, always nice seeing you, my friend. I'm glad that you're one of the few people on Instagram that actually gets excited anytime I post content. You're always here to check out my stuff. You've always been super supportive, so I appreciate you. Obviously, the boys from /frag. Good to see you guys. Hopefully, we get some gaming in this weekend. I know you guys have been busy, but yeah, hope to see you on Discord. Ryan, thanks for coming by. And Saya, thanks for coming by. All right, so that's going to do it for today's stream. I have no idea how long the stream's gone because, again, the new phone or the new mount covers that up. But, again, a little bit of a preview of upcoming Final Fantasy submissions. Leave me some feedback if you want to see a stream tomorrow. If not, I will see you guys on Sunday. That's going to do it for me, guys. I'm WakoBako. Take it easy. Have a good night.